Hello everybody, welcome back to Roll. I picked up Roll for a little bit around Christmas time and then Balatro came in and completely consumed my brain, but we're back. If you don't know Roll, it is a score attack roguelike where we get 2,500 rolls to score as many points as possible. So we're going to start out with just one die. It has the numbers, where are we? Oh, it's been a while. It has the numbers 1 to 6 on it. And when we roll, we will get that many points of the scored face. And we have 2,500 rolls to do that. But we are going to be able to modify our dice in order to make things better for ourselves. So the very first thing I want to do is make a number 93, because the die faces can go up to 99, but 93 is the largest prime number below 99. 0 plus plus adds 0 to a numeric shown on a numeric face, adds 1 more every time you purchase this item. I'm not sure I want that. Let me just touch the audio a second. Plus 5s are pretty expensive this early, but we'll see how we do. By clicking on the thing that we can't afford, we put the flag on it. And as we roll our dice, it will automatically stop us over-rolling when we can afford that thing. I'm buying the cheaper of the 2 plus 5s first, and I'm going to put it on the 6 to try and get that number to be as large as possible, as fast as possible. Now, it's been a while since I played. Not too long ago, maybe 6-8 weeks ago, there was the 2.1 update to the game, and so there's been a bunch of stuff added that I've not spent a lot of time with, so there's probably some metas and stuff that I'm not quite familiar with, but we're going to see how I do today. I don't know what the current leaderboards look like. I don't know if I even have a score on them at all, or if the leaderboards have been reset since I last played, so it'll be interesting to see what we can do. I'm just going to try and generally adapt to whatever we're presented along the way. So just buying whatever is the cheapest thing in the shop to upgrade my die face, so that I can use the value of that upgrade to purchase the more expensive thing all in a row. Every 50 rolls, we get an additional reroll. I believe it's 50. And we start off with 5 rerolls in the shop. That is not to be confused with these, which reroll the die faces, as opposed to a shop reroll. Now, I will take this 2 times reroll. I'm going to put that on the 1, because when the 1 rolls, that's our worst outcome. So by rolling our worst outcome, we improve to a slightly better outcome. And then I'll do the same on the 2. And on the 3 if we get an opportunity to do so. I think when things go really well, you can kind of have a 93 in around 2,000 rolls. So I think we're just about on pace. And then what we're going to be able to do is upgrade our shop. And when we upgrade our shop, we get more dice and more options for things to put on those dice. And it's the kind of game where you can score thousands, you can score millions, and then the numbers go up to like the exponent numbers just because they get so big. So if you're used to playing Balatro and getting very large scores, you'll feel right at home around here. So we are closing in on 93. We want to make sure we don't accidentally overshoot it. So 83 to 85 to 89. I will grab this reroll very quickly. Stick that on the 5, and then we need a plus 4. Great. Now, plus 4 is cheaper than plus 3 and 1, so we will just take the plus 4. Then we're going to roll to 522 to upgrade our shop. That gives us a second standard die with faces 1 through 6 again. And while I'm looking at these options in the shop, I'm just going to grab a quick +3 and stick that on the 4 here to make a 7, just because that might be useful later. Otherwise, the shop hasn't upgraded yet. We need to re-roll the shop once, and now we can see we have all this stuff here. We have adjacent re-rollers, die rebates, numeric 20. So this is a +10. This is just a flat 20. So lots of things to consider. But generally, in metas gone by, I haven't done much shopping at this tier of shop. So we'll do like a couple of re-rolls and see if there's anything I really want. Blank die generators are interesting. Every 30 times this is rolled, will generate a new blank die. But I don't think it's quite what I want. So I'm going to upgrade the shop again. A bit more expensive, but you expect it to be, as all of the stuff scales with the number of points earned overall. I'm going to buy this 7, stick it on that one there. Then we can refresh. We get... Huh? Oh, no, of course. I got this die for the shop upgrade, then I bought something before refreshing. That is correct. So now these 2 shop slots generate new dice that we can purchase. So a blank die is a die with 6 blank faces, or a random prime die is a die with 6 prime numbers on its faces. What else do we have? A lockpick. A die face, when rolled, subtract 2 lock value from a random adjacent locked die. A lock can only be used once per a lockpick can only be used once per complete roll. A loyalty card. Every 150 times this face is rolled, it will reduce the cost of one random shop item by 99.999%. Does not work on passive abilities. A voidling. Die face. When this face is not rolled, it increases the value of whichever face is rolled by 50. Otherwise, it has no value. Another loyalty card. I'm going to take this 4x here. The value of the face will be multiplied by 4 whenever it is rolled. So I'm going to put that on my 97. So that when the 97, or the 93 rather. Oh, 97 is... Why did I think 93 was the big prime? 97 is the big prime, isn't it? That's just me being daft, I think. But it's not going to make too much difference in the grand scheme of things, I don't think. So what else do I want to see? Great question. I don't want to buy new dice just yet. A 3x multiplier, I'm not interested in yet either. I think I might just want to upgrade the shop again. This lets you swap 2 dice for their positioning. A 4-leaf clover. All lottery faces on the same die as a 4-leaf clover are more likely to be successful. When rolled, all lottery faces are likely to be successful. Are more likely. That's interesting. I've not done a big lottery run yet. We could certainly try. Let's buy these 2 die covered in 1s. Then I will buy a 4-leaf clover. We'll see what we can do with all that. So, when rolled, this face has a 30% chance to be worth 100. It's not really the lottery face that I'm most interested in right now. Though I'm not sure if the state of lottery meta has changed very much, is the thing. Right, I'm going to upgrade the shop to the next tier. Because there is one specific thing I would like to try and find. We now have, in the bottom 2 slots, passive abilities, like triples reroll. When a triple is rolled, all 3 dice will be rerolled 2 additional times. Cheaper refresh grants 1 shop refresh. For 46, I will definitely grab that. And what I would like to find is a set all die faces. Lottery bonuses. The value of all lottery faces will be worth an additional 300%. That would be great, but 36,000 points is prohibitively expensive for us right now. Equally, with this 10% chance to roll 2,500 points, that is probably prohibitively expensive for us right now. We need to build a scoring engine with small stuff before doing big stuff. What I would like to see is a thing where we can set all of our die faces to be the same number. Selfish reroller. When rolled, this die, the die that this face is attached to, will be rerolled 5 additional times. A selfish reroller will always act as though it has a heavy weight attached to it. I'm also not sure how useful any of that stuff is. I'm really out of practice. If I have fewer than 30 dice, the value of all dice will be increased by 100. Again, that would be great to get, but I don't think right now is the time. Even numbers plus 50%, fewer than 6 die. We currently have 6 die, so that's not going to work out. Where is the thing that I want? I might be getting too greedy. That could be my problem. Numbers less than 1,000 plus... Alright, numbers less than 13 plus 1,000% of value. We're going to have to do that perhaps to try and build up some scoring. So you can see how quickly we're scoring points now compared to what we were a minute ago. But I don't love it still. 11's reroll. Prime numbers increased by 300% is not a bad one for us. Every die has its value increased by 1. Additive effect. Additionally, each die has its value increased by 1% for every time it has been incremented during this complete roll. I'm just not in the space to make any of these things work this early. Oh, I can still upgrade the shop to 5th level. I also entirely forgot that. This is what I want. Numeric set all die faces. Choose a numeric die face. All other faces on the chosen die will become duplicates of the chosen face. So that 93 in the middle is now all of those, and then I can set it so that all of those roll twice. Now we have a little bit more of an engine. There's a cheap refresh. Factor 50 multiplier. Multiplies the value of all dice by 50 divided by the total quantity of dice in play, rounds down. I will grab that because we only have 6 dice. And now we really do have a decent chunk of scoring, I think. The centermost die is rerolled 3 additional times. Is good. I would also like these 93s to roll larger than they do. And now you can see we're earning many thousands in a single roll, which is what I wanted. It just took us a little longer than I would have liked to get here. So now I want to see lottery and lottery buffs. Add a clover die. Adds a die with a 4-leaf clover on every face. I'll take one of those. A lottery die. Add a standard die with all 6 faces. Lottery die. A die with random standard lottery faces. It's not bad. So we will buy this. Then I think I'm going to think about upgrading the shop. I would love a 10x on one of my 93s. I would love a shop refresh generator on a die that's not doing very much. It's going to make more refreshes for us in the shop. A 5% chance to be worth 5,000. Sure, we'll stick that over there. Doubles. Roll an extra amount is fine. If we have fewer than 30 dice, get 100% more points. Grab that as well. 3x on one of these faces. Cheaper shop refresh. Right, I think it's about time to upgrade the shop. So we have our 9th die. And now we see what we can do with 9 dice. We might go to 16 dice because 9 and 16 are both square numbers. 3 times 3 and 4 times 4, which can be important for scoring down the line. Second wind. When you are down to your last roll, gain 100 more rolls. Well, is it going to cost me 100 rolls to get that now? No, it's going to cost me 2. So I will definitely take that. Now I want to find lottery stuff. Stuff like chains and bombs are things that I've not done very much with at all. Stuff rerolling in triplicate is always beneficial. Let's get that going on the shop refresh generator die. The value of Yahtzees will be increased by 500%, but that's numeric numbers only. There is a world where that is incredibly good, but right now we're not working towards it. Square quantity bonus does work for us. Lucky rerolls. Lottery faces are increasingly likely to be successful the more times they are rerolled during a complete roll. Absolutely, give me that. I'll take square quantity bonus as well. Add 77's die. Add a die with numeric 77 on every face. I don't think we need it. I'm trying to remember what are the components that we do need to make the build I'm thinking of work out. Lottery total roll multiplier. When rolled, this face has a 15% chance to be worth 7 times the value of all other dice in the roll. Sure, I'll invest in that. Where am I going to put it? That's a great question. How about... yeah. What's this? Unique numeric bonus. For each unique numeric that is rolled, increase the value of all numeric faces by 15. That would be great if you had a chain of 99 dice, all with unique numbers on them. That would do a lot, wouldn't it? Let's get those lotteries rolling more. The total quantity of dice in play is less than 10. All dice will be re-rolled an additional time. Love to see that. The centermost die has its value increased by 200%. Yes. I'll take that. I'll take a 10x to go on one of these. Lottery die generator. When rolled, this face has a 0.5% chance to create a new lottery die. That's not what I want. I only want a specific number of dice in play. We have so many points compared to how cheap some of this stuff is right now. Total lottery roll multiplier. When rolled, this face has a 15% chance to be worth 7 times the stuff. Let's collate those all onto one die. Locksmith, we're not messing around with locks right now. That's numeric numbers for triples. Diagonal adjacency. Adjacency now includes diagonally adjacent dice. That's incredibly interesting. More adjacent rerolls. Adjacent rerollers give an additional 1 reroll to adjacent dice. I don't think that works for us right now. Lottery total roll multiplier. When rolled, this face has a 0.7% chance to be worth 77 times the value of all other dice. Sure. This is a lot of lottery stuff that I don't recognize from my past in the game. I'm sure I'm not building in an optimum fashion, but we're learning and that's part of the fun. Non-numeric group effects is really important. So this allows all group effects to be applied to non-numeric faces, which means Things that would normally affect only numeric things can now affect our lottery die things. Good. Okay, what else? What are these? Attach 6 incrementers. I don't want to increment my numbers. I want my numbers to stay as they are. No weights reroll. If no weights, heavy weights, or super heavy weights are rolled, all dice will be rerolled an additional 2 times. Yes, please. All right, our scoring is slowing down relative to the cost of things, which is unideal. Black hole. Void faces now multiply the value of rolled face by 2.5 instead of by 2. Voidling faces give 100 points instead of 50. Lottery refresh generator. When rolled, this face has a 1% chance to increase the number of free shop refreshes by 7. It's not really the lotteries that I'm interested in. Airborne virus is something I definitely don't want. Rebate collector. Whenever a die rebate would apply to a rebate to its next roll, it instead applies to all face-up rolls with a rebate. We don't have any rebates. If you're playing the game for yourself and you're ever curious about something, there is a Dicepedia up here with all of the passives, all of the die, all of the face types, all of the modifiers. It's all there. It's just a lot of it these days. And I'm not finding very many die faces, which is unideal, to say the least. It used to be there was only kind of like 4 die faces. Lottery faces that are adjacent to a numeric 7 or 77 are twice as likely to be successful. Additionally, numeric 7s and 77s are worth 77 times more when adjacent to a 4-leaf clover. I think we want this for our lotteries. I just wish I was finding more lottery faces. The 3 highest scoring dice will have their value multiplied by 10. The other dice will have their value cut in half. I think that's generally good for us. Oh, we got there quick. Must have rolled a good lottery roll, perhaps. Square numbers we still have. We don't have fewer than 6 dice because we have 9 dice. There is an argument for buying very cheap passives that you don't need just so that they stop showing up again. That is something I used to do a lot more of. Right, I'm going to move this 7 onto this die here so we can get that to be a die of all 7s down the line. More passives. The 3rd shop shelf, bottom row 2 leftmost slots, will now be filled with passive abilities instead of additional dice. So that's these 2 slots, which I think I'm interested in because I would rather see more passives than more dice types. Lottery total roll multiplier is something we're flirting with. If no numeric 99s are rolled, the value of all dice will be increased by 100%. I will take it. This face is worth 10 times the sum of all adjacent numeric die faces. Should we consider doing that? Because earlier on, there's also a tiny dimmed chevron here that you can click to show you your passives. We took this guy. Diagonally adjacent. Adjacent now includes diagonally adjacent dice. So if I were to buy this and put it in the middle, it would be worth 10 times the value of all of the other dice. It seems like it could be good. I also wonder if I should put the clovers in the middle though. Maybe I want to do that instead. Yeah, I probably want to do that instead. So we need to find a die mover. When stuff is rerolled, it's worth 100% more. We will grab that. If we have no generators, we get 200% more value. I'll grab that. Whenever you purchase a passive ability, receive a free shop refresh. I will buy that as well. Alright, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Rain. Add 1 to the number shown on all numeric and blank faces. Interesting, but not what I need. Rigged machine. When a die rolls a successful lottery face, the next lottery face rolled on the same die is a guaranteed success. We definitely want this, and I have definitely just remembered something important that I think we need for this build that I have been entirely neglecting up to this moment. Earlier on, we took this. Lottery faces that are adjacent next to a 7 or 77 are twice as likely to be successful. Ah. On that descriptor, there doesn't seem to be a 50% chance to score 100. It's now 30% chance to score 100. Have times changed? Where are all the die faces? 30% chance at 100 rather than 50% chance at 100. If we look at the passives, there's something here that I'm thinking about. Not rigged machine. All in, this one. When all lottery faces in a complete roll are a failure, lose all banked points. The value of all lottery faces will be multiplied by 17. So it used to be that with all in, you could take your 50% chance at 100 and double it to 100% chance at 100. It would always pay out, and therefore you could take all in without punishment. So that seems to have changed, which is an interesting development for the build. That could throw us for a loop. I want more of these. I've almost certainly rolled past something I should have purchased. I will not deny it. If there are exactly 25 dice in play, the 4 outermost dice will be considered adjacent to the centermost die, and the value of these 5 dice will be multiplied by 5. Definitely something else to consider trying to use. Additive attached multipliers is really good, but not what we need on our dice right now. Even bonus, immune. Yeah, things have changed so much. I don't want weights. In fact, no weights plus 100 value is great. But things are far, far more expensive than they used to be. No rerolls bonus does not help us because we are indeed rerolling a lot. There's another one of these guys. I haven't seen a 1% chance to roll 7,777 or however the die face exists at all yet, which is unexpected. Fewer than 10 dice plus 300% is great. Fewer than 6 dice, not so much. Doubles reroll. We have some doubles, I guess, and it's fairly cheap. 6 times reroll in triplicate. And go over here. Grants 1 cheaper shop refresh. How cheap are you relative to everything else? Not that much, apparently. Cloverfield. 4-leaf clovers are considered to be viral faces and have a chance when rolled to replicate to any other adjacent die face with a 4-leaf clover. That's just going to destroy my build immediately. I I would be left with clovers and nothing else, I think. If there are exactly 9 dice in play, all dice are considered adjacent to one another, and the value of all dice will be multiplied by 3. That is incredible for us. So now I want to find the one that says adjacent stuff is worth times 10 of all things next to it. That is what I would like to find. 7-leaf clovers. For every 4-leaf clover that is rolled, increase the value of all lottery faces by 7% up to 777% bonus. Okay. Now things are happening, aren't they? Where are the rest of the lottery faces, though? There's one. Finally. A 1% chance at 77,777. Now this is considered adjacent to everything. So that's good. There's 2... Oh, there's actually 3 on this die. I've not been paying enough attention, so I'm actually going to try and cap out this whole die with them, I think. Am I? Yeah, I think I am. Fewer than 10 dice, plus 200% bonus is wonderful. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. For every successful standard lottery face in a roll, increase the value of all lottery faces by 7% up to a 777% bonus. I'm starting to wonder if a giant field of lotteries would be stronger than this tight-knit set of lottery faces. Between the viral Cloverfield, the die generators, and some of the other stuff we've seen, that's certainly a way that things could be done. If the total quantity of dice in play is less than 30, the value of all dice will be increased by 50%. Love to see it. So I was looking for this earlier, to swap 2 dice to put my clovers in the middle, but since we got this guy, 9 die adjacency, we no longer need to. Stickier glue, we don't have any glue. I don't have any void faces. This is all in. When all lottery faces in a complete roll are a failure, lose all banked points, the value of lottery faces will be multiplied by 17. Give me 500% more on primes, really quickly. Our 7s, our 93s, our 5s, all prime. Do we have any lotteries that are more likely to be successful? Not that likely. We come back to here and look at that. Can we see the... So first roll, rigged machine guaranteed its success. Rerolled 9 more times for a bunch of points. Final result, 172.5% lottery success. Does that mean we're always winning on these? Final reroll, 195%. It might be, but there's a lot of rolls in between that I'm concerned about. But hey, if we crash and burn, at least it will be interesting. So, lottery faces may be multiplied by 17 right now. I would love more of... yeah, are we okay? I'm not sure we're okay. I'm going to finish that die off and just have that exist as it does. And then I would love to see some more basic lottery stuff. 5% of 5,000. So far, on my rolls, I'm not seeing 0 existing at any point, which is beneficial to us for sure. Non-numeric adjacency multipliers. Adjacency multipliers can multiply the value of non-numeric, non-slow faces as well as numeric ones. If I can find some of those 10x adjacency ones that I was discussing, I wouldn't mind this. Are we losing score, or did it just go up an order of magnitude? I'm uncertain. When rolled, apply between 10 and 25 rerolls distributed randomly amongst all dice. Sure. 99? Yeah. I will stick that here with them. Rebate collector, more increments. If across all rolled dice there are no attached modifiers, we do have lots of attached modifiers, so don't get excited about that. 6 times reroller in triplicate. I mean, you're not rerolling at all yet, so you can have that. I don't want to generate more dice because I'm very happy staying on 9 dice. Another random adjacency reroller. Standard die generator, breeding die generator, shop weight. Not a lot of stuff I really want to see here. Numbers less than 13 will get 500% more value. We still have a decent number of numbers less than 13. I don't know, grand scheme, how that compares to our lottery value. I'll be honest. Another lottery face. You can hang out down here with them. There's definitely a really big incrementer build to be done with all of this, I think. Not the lottery faces, but with everything else. The one side of all current and future dice will have a heavy weight attached to it. If you roll exactly 2 numeric ones, increase the value of all dice by 200%. Don't think that helps me here. At least not very much. Slot machine. When a lottery face is rolled with an adjacent lottery face or a 4-leaf clover on its left and right, it will be 10 times more successful. It will be worth 10 times more if successful. Additionally, allows lottery faces to receive effects of attached multipliers. That is huge, but its cost is 9.3 to E15. I have no idea how close we are to generating that kind of score. There's 1.3 to E15. This is 9 times that value. Unless our lottery faces get very lucky very soon, I worry that this is going to be prohibitively expensive at this stage in our adventure, and I would have loved to have had this much sooner. But at least we can see that we're not losing all of our points because at no point do all of our lottery rolls fail. I don't know if we just look at this description again, on its left and right, I don't know if that means, with it being on the left and the right, that 9-way adjacency qualifies for left and right space. We are going to get 100 more rolls after this ends, and I'm always happy to get any run into the exponent numbers. It looks like we're going to get to here just before we run out of rolls. I wanted one of these earlier, and I will still take it. I don't think our scoring has increased dramatically since. There's the 30% at 10, 30% chance at 100 I spoke of earlier. But right now, unless I can find just a bunch of the thing we just purchased, which we might be able to, not unheard of. That's rebate collector. I could be missing all kinds of important stuff. I don't deny it. Right now, I just want to finish off this potential scoring boon. Though, at some point you have to decide when to just roll out versus when to continue committing to try and get score. And right now I fear we've missed the boat on some stuff, especially lottery bonuses are worth 300% more because that's 1.9 E16, which we are just not going to reach. Are we getting our extra 100? We are. So we're back to 1.3 on E15, but we are not going to surpass what we spent to purchase, where are you? Slot machine earlier on, so we would have done better to perhaps not have bought that and just take our last 100 rolls. But with this very mediocre, very average lottery build, I would say, we did get 3.4 to E15, which is a reasonable showing. How do we do on the... You can see something happened here that caused our score to just explode. Final score 3.4 E15. Total points accumulated was only 1.6 to E16. 9 dice, 8 die purchased, all the other numbers, a seed, and I've beat my new record because the leaderboard had since been reset since the last time I played. We do G Lord UK here because they don't have more than 8 characters. We are 1,525th. That is not as high as I used to be. There's the top 100 for E28. I might recognize some of these names if we look through. If you're in here, let me know in comments down below. Area, might recognize. Frog, Header, I know for sure. And top King of the Crown, Iljil, just forever the best role player around. For now, that is Roll. If you want to see me play more Roll, let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like button. The link to play Roll will be down in the description. Otherwise, thank you very so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.